James, I know you want to talk about trailers, but I have an important question to ask before we get going. How cute am I looking right now?
You're moderately adorable right now.
Moderately adorable, you say? Well, and that's particularly good because, James, tonight we're doing what I am considering our audition for the Clio Awards. Which, as
what the hell are the Clio Awards? I was
about to say, as you know, and as everyone knows.
As we know.
The Clio Awards are marketing awards that have a specific section for movie trailers. Because the Golden Trailer Awards won't return our phone calls, we're going to make a run... We're going to make a run at the Clios. We have heard that they have a short list out, like nominees out for their favorite trailers of the year.
Yep.
And you and I will be casting a ballot. This is like our real world audition. Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm moderately adorable. And I don't like drama.
You don't like drama?
Not the genre. I just mean like in the sense of like in a house with other
you don't like
Clio voters. I don't like to cause any controversy.
You don't like real life
life drama. Real life drama. No. I'm the goofy laid back one in the house of Clio voters.
Well, I'm James,
and
I could care less if Clio likes me or not. That's my kind of
standoffish
attitude.
one in the Clio household.
Guess what? That's gonna draw their attention.
Fuck yes, no, and it's like he's coming in a bit too hot.
Yeah,
we're gonna need someone to cool him off. There's a moderately adorable guy over there. I'm feeling good about this. So like we will be giving our votes for what we think should win in certain Clio categories, and maybe someone at the Clio Awards can listen into this conflict-free and conflict-heavy duo.
It's a good balance.
Give their opinions and maybe bring us into these Clio Awards. But in order to solidify why our opinions matter, we're going to do what we do best, and we're going to be talking about movie trailers tonight, too. We are going to be talking about the new Sonic the Hedgehog trailer.
Boy, howdy, is there stuff to talk about in that one.
We're going to be talking about Pixar Soul. We're going to be talking about Fantasy Island. We're going to be talking about...
The Invisible Man,
Thank you. Yeah, it's invisible, so I couldn't see him. I couldn't see it in the email.
Yeah, you definitely didn't forget which one of the trailers we were doing.
Listen, I know you're trying to be conflict-heavy right now, but we have to assert that we know what we're talking about in order to be taken seriously by the Clio Committee.
I don't know how else to get listeners other than to incite conflict. So that's what I'm about, Kevin.
You can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
Grab a seat, pour yourselves a whiskey neat. It's time to judge the shit out of these future releases by the movie trailers. We're trailer hits. This movie might totally suck, but the whiskey sure is going down fine. Yeah, we're trailer hits.
So in the intro to my Clio audition, should I do a thing where like I look at camera and then like bat my eyelashes a few times? Or do you feel like that's coming on too strong?
Well, I'd say start out by just looking at the microphone and batting your eyelashes a few times. See if you get any response. Just nothing. Static.
You can
static error.
If that did something for you, please send an email to trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com and let me know if that could sway
you gotta master
member.
one medium before you tackle the next. That's my opinion on
Whoa.
it. So.
Implying that after 81 episodes, I don't know what I'm doing.
Masters. Yeah, we're very much not masters, Kevin. Yes, that's what I'm implying.
Stop being so conflict heavy, damn it. Okay, so this is Trailer Hitch. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm moderately adorable, don't like conflict, and I hate rainbows.
Wow, that's rough.
Well, it's because...
It's conflict for the people who like rainbows.
It's because all those MTV shows, like, every person who came into the house always had, like, a weird fact about them, and one of them would be, like... Once punched a cow, and you'd be like, we gotta hear this cow story, and they never brought it up.
Never again, because it was probably made up. Look, I'm James. I like conflict, and I like Star Wars. That's a big shocker, and I once punched a cow in the face.
That sounds made up.
I don't know.
But it's got me intrigued.
Oh, good.
All right.
We're crushing this audition.
Now, this audition tape comes from two guys who rate and review movie trailers. We rate them on a scale of need to see more, or never need to see. If James and I both like a trailer, we give it a need to see rating. We see the movie, report back to you guys in a segment called Trailer in the Rear View, in which we review the trailer in retrospect, see how it set us up for the movie.
Yep.
If we still think it is a good representation of said movie.
Absolutely.
And then we also review the movie writ large. Mm-hmm. But tonight, we are going to be talking about those trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to look back. We got plenty to look forward to, up to and including this here audition tape.
Mostly stuff that has not come out yet, so
yes.
Who's to say what it'll end up being and if it's even interesting for us to go and watch it. But we are going to see...
Spoken like someone who's punched a cow. Thanks, James.
I am from Wisconsin.
Before we get into our actual reviews, we're going to be going into our tune-up section. Now, the tune-up section is when we talk about a film that we've already reviewed a trailer for. So we've already talked about one of its trailers before. We had an opinion about it. Now a second trailer's coming. We're going to see if our opinion has changed in any way, shape, or form. Now the one we're going to be talking about tonight is indeed Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, we had opinions, and the world had opinions.
Everyone had opinions. It's one of the rare instances in which we got viewer feedback on the show, was our review for the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer.
That's right, we did.
Definitely a contentious topic. We were exclusively on the negative side for that Sonic trailer.
Yeah,
Not just the design of it, but the trailer itself was...
So, if anyone can't remember, the design of Sonic was horrendous. Like, he looked so weird and, like, realistic, but very much not realistic, and
it's like
he had human teeth.
The Ron Howard Who version.
He looked like a Who. Yes.
Yeah,
it was Sonic the Who from Whoville, but it wasn't
speeding through those Christmas carols. Yeah.
See, everyone focused on that, but we, the professionals, realized that there was more issues with that trailer than just the design too. Like it's the whole flow of it and the whole like style.
Coolio's Gangster's Paradise. Yeah.
What the Hedgehog, man, is what I have to say about Gangster's Paradise. Comes out of nowhere. So, there was a lot of weird stuff in that trailer, and now we got a new one. The director promised the world that they would redo the design of Sonic. And me, deep down, I was like, okay, cool. You can nail that. I don't doubt that.
But
because we all know what Sonic is supposed to look like.
Right.
So I have faith that you can accomplish that. Can you make a trailer, though, that I find interesting? And that's what we're going to dive into.
Yep. We're going to take a look and see if that director made good on his promise.
Road trip? Whoop, whoop.
This can't be happening to me.
Oh my God, stop the car right now. What? The world's largest rubber band ball? We gotta see it.
No, this is not some fun family road trip.
You're right. It was lame. Gift shop was cool though.
Think fast. This is the new Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Well, I would just like to start by saying when that director promised we're going to be completely redoing the look of Sonic the Hedgehog, I was kind of torn because one part of me was like, yeah, you should. This thing looks fucking horrifying, man. Another part of me, I was like, yo, all those VFX artists are going to be working like 23-hour days for the next 2 months to try and... they have to redo the entire movie because they didn't push the release date back. And I'll say to those people, your work was not in vain. This version of Sonic looks significantly better. I know you won't hear that because you're probably fast the fuck asleep right now.
Yeah, sleeping in hibernation.
Yeah, because you've been awake for 2 months.
After this movie comes out, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the design looks insanely better. You know, you watch it and you're like, yeah, it looks good. And then you, like, look at a side-by-side of what it used to look like, and you're just like...
It's like...
oh, my God.
It's like a before and after meth picture, but it's like after the person got clean. Anyway, so the Sonic looks significantly better. That's all I'm trying to get
so
at.
much better.
Yeah.
And it's not only just that the design looks more like Sonic the Hedgehog. It does. But it also feels like it fits Ben Schwartz's voice a little bit better.
Ben Schwartz is definitely playing it like it's a cartoon, and their decision to go... in quotes, because it's a video game hedgehog, like it runs super fast, a more realistic Sonic was the first interpretation of it. And Ben Schwartz's kind of cartoony take on it absolutely did not fit that look of that character.
And we were listening to Gangster's Paradise underneath, which doesn't fit any of the things.
As we said, there was a lot wrong.
Yeah,
yes. Okay. Definitely with this version of Sonic, they definitely weren't just trying to appease angry gamer nerds on Twitter. They were also clearly kind of thinking about it from the broader, like, hey, let's also like make sure that this fits with what we have right now.
Exactly.
And
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the design definitely looks better, but you're correct. We were definitely not happy with the full-on trailer last time. And this is so goddamn staunchly different than the last iteration. Because this starts with Sonic in his world. So Sonic is explaining, yep, I run real fast. This is my life. I'm pretty cool with it. That said, back in my world, everyone's trying to steal my powers. And so I decided to bum over to Earth. And so he throws a ring, much like the oft-forgotten Hayden Christensen vehicle jumper. He's just kind of like, all right, I want to go here. And then he just, whoop, and then he's on Earth.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know if the Sonic games ever went that route of the rings being like teleporters to different dimensions. Probably not.
I think I played one level of a Sonic game.
He crashes into our dimension, our world, and he's just chilling, and he's loving life. And then he, all this is sort of in the first trailer, too, where, okay, he gets noticed, and now people are after him, and people are interested in his powers.
Well, I think what they do with this one is they kind of build up Sonic's personality a little bit more in this one, because before he gets discovered, you see how playful he is. And it's not necessarily just he's bored. It's like, you can tell that he is really infatuated with the games of Earth. He's playing ping pong with himself, and he's so fast that he can play ping pong with himself. The reason why the entire power shuts out in North America is because he was playing baseball, and he was every single position on the baseball team.
Well, I mean,
that's what creates the power surge that knocks everything out.
I mean, that's what the trailer is
implying.
I mean, the first trailer implied he was just running really fast, and that's what made the power surge happen. I do think it handles his character introduction better. It establishes that, like, there's a friendship between him and James Marsden. They keep hammering the point that, oh no, we're friends. Yeah. Both of them do, Sonic and James Marsden.
And they still discover each other the same way. We cut the meow gag from the first trailer.
Tranquilizer dart.
Yes.
I think finally, for me, the thing that like really elevates this one from the last one is the music choices. I don't know if they're perfect, but damn, are they better music choices than Gangster's Paradise?
Yeah, Blitzkrieg Bop.
Blitzkrieg Bop, I thought worked so good with it. It's just the energy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not like a song that makes me think, oh, that's quintessential Sonic the Hedgehog is Blitzkrieg Bop. It's no, but the energy is more fun and playful. So I think we got more of that this time.
We definitely did. I also think that Jim Carrey's character is substantially funnier in this, too.
I don't remember the last time I saw Jim Carrey just doing his Jim Carrey shtick.
And going for it as hard as he is here.
I think I missed it very much because I giggled and laughed at his performance in this trailer.
His delivery for the latte gag is great. It's so fun, and like I definitely can see that he is just enjoying the fuck out of going for like his really out there 90s style of comedy.
I miss that.
I think this version of Sonic fits best as just turn your brain off and have fun. If you're thinking about it, then yes, absolutely. You're going to be like, wait, so Sonic came from his own world, and yet when James Marsden's car gets cut in half, Sonic looks down and says, you have car insurance, right? So what we're implying is the Sonic on his alien Sonic world still understands the concept of car insurance. Like you shouldn't be
Don't think about it.
Yeah, it's clearly this is just going for gags, and it's just trying to be a fun family romp.
Yeah. Which I'm all for. I like fun family romps.
Totally. So. And even within that realm, I would say something that really isn't quite sticking for me is the relationship between James Marsden and Sonic. I don't think is quite there. It's like you see them kind of sort of bond where like James Marsden's like pegging bullseyes and Sonic misses all of them and shit, but like
I liked that bit. I was happy that Sonic got brought down a peg. Sure, he's fast, but he's not the most accurate person.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot.
And I think that plays into like how much he fucks around as a character too, and like how playful he is.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think, at least within this trailer, because it gives us what's effectively the end of the arc. James Marsden is in this because he views Sonic as a friend. I just didn't necessarily buy that we were going to get there based off of this trailer.
No, they cut out all the things that would make us buy that.
And as such, including it in the trailer didn't really feel like it needed.
No, if anything, because I don't think you should have had that sort of build up in this trailer, because that would have made it a little too heavy for the style it was going for.
Yes, exactly.
So maybe just cut the line about them being like, oh, it's my friend, I'll do anything for my friend.
I feel like the tag is a very sweet note to hit in that same vein, if you want to keep something like that in, where Sonic is looking at something off camera and saying, so you're apparently his best friend. I don't see the big deal, and it's his dog. I definitely think that this is a huge improvement over
Massive.
that first trailer.
Monumental, yeah.
So the first one was like the hardest never need to see I think we've given. This one for me, I'm still going to be at a need to see more, just because it seems like the central relationship between James Marsden and Sonic isn't quite hitting the same level of fun as Jim Carrey's Villain is hitting.
Yeah.
And conceivably, since it's a road trip movie but with James Marsden and Sonic, that's going to be a good chunk of the movie. And if that's not hitting, that's not necessarily a good sign. But god damn, this is like easily most improved of the year.
If the other half of the movie is road trip movie between Dr. Robotnik and his latte lackey, like I'd be all about that. Or maybe just, a spin-off movie of Dr. Robotnik and his latte lackey.
I'd kind of be fine with that. Yeah.
I'm also upping it to a need to see more as well, because, Sonic is a big video game character for me. I loved Sonic growing up, so maybe my expectations are kind of high, but I was super happy to see how much fun this looked, but it's still not quite to the level of me running out to the theater. So that's what I got.
All right, very cool, man. We are going to speed away from Sonic the Hedgehog and talk about something right here.
In your heart? Okay, you're going to have to vocalize what you're pointing at.
I'm still on the audition tape right now,
it's only
okay?
a microphone. There's no camera yet.
We, folks, are talking about The Soul, which is to say, the Soul trailer. Now, Soul is a teaser trailer, so this will be in the teaser trailer showroom.
Hello, teaser trailer showroom.
Yes, because teaser trailers by nature are always going to be need to see mores. They're just meant to tease you. And as such, we're not going to be giving this a rating. We're just going to be talking about it, seeing what our first impressions are. So let's get our soul on.
Let your soul glow.
What would you want to be known for on Earth? We only have a short time on this planet. You want to become the person that you were born to be? Don't waste your time on all the junk of life. What am I doing? Spend your precious hours doing what will bring out the real you. The brilliant, passionate you that's ready to contribute something meaningful into this world.
Never seen Coming to America?
I am sorry.
Coming to America was only on Comedy Central every other week.
And
growing up,
I was just happened to be busy every other week, I guess.
It is so fun. It's one of my favorite comedies.
I hear it's really good.
It's hysterically funny, and Soul Glow was the brand for a hair product in the movie.
Listen, I feel like we're getting off topic. Don't punch a cow, man. We have to talk about Soul because I'm a Soul man. This is the teaser for the new Pixar movie.
There were so many references in that sentence, it just boggles my mind.
I started to feel inadequate because he hit me with one I didn't recognize. So I was just kind of like,
you shoved in
I panicked.
The Simpsons and Disney. And...
I panicked. I'm like a skunk. I just sprayed references out, and now I'm just running.
And now I'm covered in it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
have to take a
At
tomato soup bath or some crap, whatever the urban legend is. Okay.
Jesus, we gotta talk about Soul. Man, let's just do
talk
this.
About Soul.
All right, so this is Soul. This starts off with hits on a piano. We are following an incredibly passionate jazz pianist.
Yep.
And for those of you who don't know, jazz is the style of music that Ryan Gosling invented in 2016 in La La Land.
La La Land does not imply that Ryan Gosling invented jazz.
We can only hope that this film at the beginning will have a scene where Ryan Gosling explains what this crazy kind of music is to us, the audience. So,
But if John Legend's in it, it's okay.
is that how it works?
Yeah, you get a pass that way. Okay.
So we have this jazz pianist, and his VO is talking about what are you going to be known for? Like, what do you want your impression to be on life? And to seek that passion, we can clearly see as he plays and as we see him wander through the city streets, this hustling and bustling neighborhood. This is exactly where he wants to be and where he wants to leave his mark.
Like, he's in a good mental place.
Yes.
Like, he's not down on his luck aspiring. He's like, things are going my way.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
So things are going his way, and then they don't when he falls down a manhole. Okay, well, what a fun little visual gag. And then it turns out he died. So you see his soul flop into nothingness.
Yep.
And he stands up, and you see him descend down this lit staircase as he's still talking about wanting to leave an impression and what are you going to be able to say your life was about. And then we see him talking to another soul who's like, I guess I want to be known for this dance. And the soul does a little dance, and the guy's like, great. And that's the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
Now, before we get super heavy into this, we will say from a historical context, Pixar is known to release exceptional films and typically whiff it on the trailers. They're not bad trailers.
It's almost, they fizzle more than they whiff.
Yeah.
It's not like they're swinging for the fences and then they failed. It's just like they don't try very hard.
No,
I think it's more of a fizzle. And that's how I feel like this one did. This one had a great setup. I was like in.
Yeah.
It looks different, like stylistically different from a lot of Pixar films. And story-wise, it had me hooked. And then like this turn happened where he falls down the manhole, and I'm just like, leave it to Pixar to make children ask their parents the tough questions. We're not shying away from anything here. Then it just fizzles on this, I want to be remembered for doing this dance. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not that funny. It's fine, but it's not that funny. But maybe his reply is really funny. Nope.
Like, his delivery's okay, of just kind of like, I guess this is what I have to work with. But we don't have any context for what their goal is.
No.
After they've passed or anything.
Honestly, that is on brand for Pixar.
Yeah.
Like, most of their teasers are very much like a brief introduction of the types of characters, but zero implication of like what the plot or story or arc is going to be.
Correct. So it's one of those things where I haven't given up hope on Soul. The setup is exceptional, but then it's like, oh right, we're a teaser. And then it very just teases what it seems like its central premise is going to be, and it's going to center on the afterlife, and we certainly get its theme.
Yeah.
But then we get just a bunt of a joke, and that's
Perfect
the end
description. Yeah, bunt of a joke. Need to see more. It's all around.
Yeah, very much so.
They knew we were going to give it that anyway, so they didn't try very hard.
All right, so we're going to leave behind the question of what do you want to be remembered for and ask instead, what is your fantasy?
What is your deepest desire?
Don't tell us, tell that creepy guy on Fantasy Island.
Good evening. I'm Mr. Rurik. Let me officially welcome you to Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island!
I'm curious how this all works.
What if your fantasy involves a person from your life?
Holograms, like Tupac.
What if it's somebody who died?
Tupac.
So, what's your fantasy?
Revenge on a childhood bully.
Your life is about to change. I hope you're ready.
Is this real life or is this just Fantasy Island? This is Fantasy Island. This is directed by Jeff Wadlow. This is starring Michael Pena, Maggie Q, Portia Doubleday, Kim Coates, Lucy Hale, Michael Rooker, Jimmy O. Yang, our random shout out, because we here at Trailer Hitch, we like to give random shout outs to various cast and crew members because the top billed people, they tend to hog all the credit. So we are going to be shouting out Kyrie McTavish, who was the location coordinator on Fantasy Island. Hey, Kyrie, Good job coordinating those locations, bud.
You literally needed to make people's dreams come true.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Job well done.
You earned every bit of that check. You should be getting Michael Roker size money for what you did. You can tell your boss I said that.
Yeah.
All right. So
she's probably just getting Jimmy O Yang money.
Sick Jimmy O Yang burn. Look at you. Loving conflict and punching cows on this podcast. You're a shoo-in for the Clios.
I got 1 million of them, baby.
All right, so did you ever watch the original Fantasy Island?
So my instinct, my very first gut reaction after watching this trailer was that what that show was? Because all I remember from the show is like the old guy smiling.
Yeah.
And then he had the small person as a friend, like who helped him lure people to the island.
Yeah.
Because I know the show was like everything isn't on the up and up, but I didn't really get a horror vibe. I think my the horror source vibe, memories anyway.
Yeah, my impression, because I also haven't seen the original either.
It's a show. It was a show.
It was a show.
Right?
Yep, it's a show from the 70s. My impression is the horror aspects are kind of added in to this version.
So Blumhouse, the production company,
they couldn't get the bloody
this,
paws off,
and
of
they
it,
were like, "Oh, well, we got a shtick, so sorry." Sorry, basically. Fantasy Island fans.
Yeah. To what I understand, Fantasy Island, the original show, was basically Twilight Zone with coconuts, where people would have their fantasies of this is what I want, but there would always be some hook to it or a catch, if you will. But I don't think it was always necessarily, and then you got murdered. Here's what goes down. So initially, we start off with being told, okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get into this elevator. You're going to click a button for a floor that doesn't have a number on it. You're going to push that button, and then you get off, and then all of a sudden, bada bing, bada boom. You're in Fantasy Island,
You're
baby.
in an island.
Yep.
I'm like, I think we missed a couple steps in this trailer.
We did.
But the trailer's implying the elevator just takes you to the island directly. Okay,
yeah, pretty
cool.
much. It's just in the basement of a Sam's Club or something.
Yeah,
Costco.
they didn't even describe, is it a hotel? Is it just a Motel 6? I don't know.
So she is indeed in Fantasy Island. And Fantasy Island at first lives up to its name. We got beaches. We got drinks. We got abs. We have dancing.
Baby.
We have Ariana Grande's music. What more could you possibly ask for? Apparently nothing if you're Jimmy O Yang. And Michael Pena is our guide through all of this, who's like, yeah, man, you wish it, I got you, I can make anything happen. The main lady who we see at the beginning of the trailer is like, you know what, I just really wish that my high school nemesis,
I want to torture them. Make them pay.
Yeah, I want to get revenge on them.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're following the most petty person on the planet, and Fantasy Island's like, fucking if you insist. Now, bear in mind, we see, like, some other various characters' fantasies. Some significantly less petty than others. One of them is, like, a guy was clearly a soldier, and they don't go into the details of, like, is he trying to relive a mission to try and, like, save a buddy, or what have you, but like he's clearly like reenacting war in the jungle, or he might just be like, I love Call of Duty, I want to do that shit in real life.
That is where my brain went when I saw that. I'm like, oh, this guy just like wants to play war. That's his fantasy.
Sure. We have the far more sobering Maggie Q story where she lost a kid and her kid's just alive on the island. Now, obviously, this is when things start to seem a bit fishy, eh? How are we raising the dead? Our main lady is now in what is clearly just a torture den.
It's essentially Hostel.
Yeah,
like it's
Hostel,
Eli Roth's fantasy wet dream, for sure. Yes. I don't know why they didn't get him.
And we see her high school nemesis tied to a chair.
Yeah.
And our main character is like, oh, gee whiz, that's a good hologram.
What a great hologram.
The bully gets waterboarded.
More like she just got water dumped on her.
While getting drenched. Our main character is like, hang on, that's not a hologram.
That's not, I know a thing or two about holograms. That's not how holograms react to water being dumped on them.
Yes, and that's when things completely go off the rails. We get a montage of chaos. So yeah, that's Fantasy Island. James, what are you thinking right now?
This was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. I like Blumhouse as a production company. I think they put out some good scary movies or horror films. And I think the talent in here is pretty interesting, too. I love Michael Pena, and this is definitely a different role for him. I'm not attached to the source material, so go ham wild with whatever direction you want to take this, because I don't care.
That corpse. I don't care.
I don't give a shit. It looks interesting, but nothing really like made me go, holy crap, this looks awesome.
Yeah, none of the horror really jumped out at me. We get like a couple of jump scares here and there. I think I
like how long they waited before they revealed that it's horrific.
Right.
Things were off. It wasn't until, at least halfway through that, or maybe even more, that you're like, oh, this is like a horror film. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was an interesting way to go. And I give it props for that. But it's a need to see more for me.
I think that none of the horror necessarily jumped out at me, but there was nothing in here that I was like, oh, that's fucking stupid. I mean, her reaction to it must be a hologram.
She did say hologram that's a lot in this trailer.
Yeah, that's definitely wonky.
Hopefully that is every time holograms are brought up in the entire movie.
No, my hope is you see all those other people at the party near the middle of the trailer, right when Ariana Grande really gets going. I'm hoping the implication is, oh, all of those people were holograms, and that's why. Because otherwise, you're looking at all these other people on the island, and it's like, well, are they going through this too? Or is it just is Fantasy Island only fucked for 5 people at a time? I feel like Maggie Q's character is really the one that has the strongest center to her. And I think that might be kind of the point of Fantasy Island, is we are trying to take people who are selfish and are incredibly petty, giving them their fantasies, but then showing them how twisted they really are by proxy, which I think is fine for a character. You can give me the pettiest fucking character of all time who won't let go, or high school bully, even though it's been clearly at least a decade. I feel like I'm more interested in seeing stuff like Maggie Q, where it's I can completely understand where she's coming from with that fantasy. That is a completely valid feeling to have.
Well, and it's a thing where, do they have to write these fantasies down? Or does the island just know from your deepest desires?
I'm right there with you. I'm very much feeling a need to see more. I definitely think that there's some promise. I'm kind of hoping that the next trailer either cements what I'm reading off of this first trailer, which is, yeah, we're taking mostly selfish people and kind of showing them 1-4, or Jimmy O Yang and Call of Duty have more centered fantasies on something personal to them. I would really like to see that in a second.
Absolutely.
Trailer. So we're here at Fantasy. Now we're going to transition to the translucent. This is the Invisible Man.
Per his final wishes, you're getting $5 million. Contingent, of course, on the fine print.
He can't be ruled to be mentally incompetent.
It just doesn't make any sense.
What?
Adrian wouldn't kill himself.
Listen, you're getting your freedom back, okay? Don't let him haunt you.
Hello?
I feel seen. Unfortunately, that's because there's an invisible man in the room. This is The Invisible Man.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is written and directed by Lee Wannell. This is starring Elizabeth Moss, Oliver Jackson Cohen, Aldous Hodge, Sam Smith, Anthony Brandon Wong. Our random shout out is going to go to Emily Saracen, who was the costume designer. Hey, Emily. At least you didn't have to worry about the main one. Good job, bud. Otherwise, everyone else's costumes looked fantastic.
Absolutely.
So this is The Invisible Man. James, what's happening with The Invisible Man?
Okay. It's a movie about a relationship between Elizabeth Moss and her husband, I think. It's clearly a miserable, dysfunctional, horrible, abusive relationship.
Yeah, because the movie, or the trailer starts off with
her trying to escape.
Yeah, she's escaping. It's the very beginning is a will reading. Then we see what the relationship was like. And yeah, she's escaping. Sneaking out in the middle of the night, she grabs a knife and she sneaks away to her friend who is waiting by the side of the road in her car, ready to get her the fuck out of there. And the dude's there, and he breaks the car window, and he tries to come after her.
So
and she's able to get away.
Clearly unhinged, and then we get back to the will reading and go, oh shit, he's dead. He killed himself, and he's leaving all this money to you. You just have to prove that you're of sound state of mind.
Yeah,
it's essentially it. And the reason he did that is because he, A, faked his own death, and he's going to be tormenting the fuck out of her to convince everyone to make them think she is crazy, therefore she can't get this.
Right.
So that's the basic setup. I am really excited about this. I liked the order in which things were presented in this trailer. I think it was really interesting.
The editing is good.
Well,
yes.
It went non-linearly. I liked that. I thought that was an interesting way to go with it. Also, I liked how you didn't dive into the invisible stuff right away. If you click on this trailer and you click on the link that says The Invisible Man, and you probably get like a third of the way through it before you're like, oh shit,
invisible gag.
That's right, I'm watching an Invisible Man trailer, not just like a drama about a horrible abusive relationship.
Right.
So it looks like the personal stakes are really well crafted in the movie.
Yeah.
So that's great. I want those kinds of things in these movies. It doesn't need to be these giant budget epic action movies. Like that's not what I'm looking for with these. And then we start to get him tormenting her as the Invisible Man. She clearly is on to him. She's like, he figured out a way to turn himself invisible.
Yeah.
And that is
finds
like
his machine in
it's
his
like
house,
some sort of machine or something, which it's a little different from the original, which it was a potion that he drank back then. But he was a scientist. He was working on this in the original. The invisible serum and being invisible is actually what turns him mad. I kind of like the implication in this one that this guy is unhinged.
Yeah.
And that kind of power and knowledge in the hands of someone like that is massively dangerous.
Right.
I liked that aspect instead of just, oh, I'm a well-meaning scientist and I came up with this. Oh crap, now I'm evil. You know,
I've either invented Dr. Pepper or something that will make me crazy and kill everyone. Let's give it a sip. Oh, I'm invisible.
Maybe a mixture of the two would be nice. But so that is the trailer that we have. And I really responded well to this one. I think maybe they gave a little bit too much away in terms of visuals. We see Elizabeth Moss get like committed because everyone thinks she's insane now, and we see her like breaking out of that already. So we kind of see a little bit more than I wish we did.
Completely right, man. This does definitely feel like it gives away a little bit too much at the end. That is probably the biggest thing that's holding me back on this. So it is a need to see more at the moment. I would like another trailer just to see, is at least the stuff in the middle going to be fun too? Yeah. Because if you're bothering to go all the way to the end to pull what you consider to be good shots, does that mean that the middle is lacking?
It is one of the biggest things we look at here on this show is seeing if trailers give too much away. So it is a big issue, but I just was so happy to see this look good that I think I'm going to give it a pass this time, and this is a need to see it for me.
Well, no, dude, I'm glad you gave it a need to see. I, of course, gave it a need to see more. If I gave it either a need to see or a never need to see, then I would have to commit to that opinion and fight people on it, and as you know, I don't like drama. I don't like
drama or conflict? We've established this many times.
Yes. Yeah. Which, speaking of that, we gotta talk about these Clio Awards,
Let's do it, man.
So, okay, we've certainly given our fair share of our views of who we are and why we would make good additions to the Clio house.
It's not even a competition, for sure.
But that's only a part of being a Clio member. Now, you also have to be able to vote in the Clio Awards. And given that these are a pretty big deal for movie trailers, we are going to be talking about these tonight. We're going to be going through all of their categories, what's nominated, and James and I will be voting.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be casting our ballots. This is part of the audition process, right?
Did this happen yet? Did these awards? When do these awards happen?
That's a great fucking question. Hopefully it's a little while so we give time for Clio members to listen to this episode.
I would love it if by the time this episode airs, it's like, oh no, we did that already. I'm like, man, our timing is spectacularly bad.
Well, for what it's worth, we could be on the list for next year's Clios then.
Just like we're on the list for next year's golden trailers.
Yes, exactly. We're planting seeds is what we're doing.
Well, let's plant away.
All right, cool. The Clio Awards breaks things down by genre. And so I'm going to be giving you guys the genres, and then I'm going to be giving you the trailers. Now, sometimes multiple trailers for the same film are nominated within the category. In those instances, I'll give you the, oh, it's this trailer, or it's that trailer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, James and I are just going to let you know what we'd be voting on, and what the Clio should be voting on, and how we would be representing them.
Let's
if
do
we were
it.
To be on the board. Okay, so action and adventure is our first category.
I love that category.
All right. So first, we have the Jumanji: The Next Level, so the Jumanji sequel trailer.
Okay.
The very first trailer, that's what's nominated. We have Hobbs and Shaw. This is the one where it starts with them in a hallway, and they're like, pick a door, and they fight in the hallway, and they do the facial recognition thing, and it's like access denied.
That's right.
So that trailer. We also have for this category, Hobbs and Shaw. This is the first one, the Why Can't We Be Friends trailer.
Okay.
We also have the Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer. We got the John Wick 3 trailer that has the super quick violin. Yep. And then we have the John Wick 3 trailer that in the middle is John Wick is excommunicado in 3, 2, 1.
It's the countdown.
The
countdown trailer.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So, James, what are you voting on here?
Definitely John Wick 3 countdown.
Yeah, that's the far and away winner there, isn't it?
I mean, honestly, if memory serves, that's actually the trailer that won the Golden Trailer for the Golden Trailer Awards.
We don't want to be too out of left field with our first pick. Like, let's go with
I'm just picking. I'm going with my heart. And
it's my heart too.
Like, it also happens
I feel like
to
the
be
only thing that
an award winner already.
The only thing that can really come close to it is that first Hobbs and Shaw trailer. Yep. Next category. James, get ready. This is comedy.
Oh, I'm prepped. I love that.
We have The Beach Bum.
Okay. Yep.
And we have Good Boys.
That's it?
Yeah, that's literally it. They only nominated 2 comedy trailers. Now, if I were a part of this committee... No Booksmart. The superior trailer,
I feel like if you have
Good Boys,
you have to enter the conversation of Booksmart.
Apparently, they only had one Run the Jewel song per category. We'll try and change that once we get on the Clio board. Yeah. But for now, you either got to pick The Beach Bum or Good Boys. What you doing?
I mean, I get in terms of creative trailers, I would go with Beach Bum.
Oh yeah, I'm going hard Beach Bum.
Yeah, it's definitely a better trailer.
I think Good Boys is good.
I did see Good Boys, by the way, which I really liked it. So Beach Bum, better trailer.
And Beach Bum is a solid movie. And I think that Beach Bum trailer does really do a good job of displaying how listless the structure of the movie is within the trailer. And that's incredibly hard to accomplish. So definitely, not just in terms of the jokes, but in terms of being able to convey a wacky fucking style within 2 minutes. Yeah, Beach Bum, for sure. Next one, documentary. Now, if this sounds strange to you, it's because we've never talked about documentary trailers on this podcast.
Nah, there's a lot to cover, and we gotta draw the line somewhere, so we draw it there.
But to keep with the time-honored tradition, because Oscars, Golden Globes, there's no way in fuck all of those people voting have seen everything they're talking about, but they still have an opinion. We're going to keep that tradition with the Clio Awards. We're going to reward something. But James, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of what these 3 are about, and based on premise, tell me which should win.
Okay, I'm ready.
First, They Shall Not Grow Old. That's the Peter Jackson colorized World War I footage.
I have seen that trailer, actually.
Okay, cool. We got Amazing Grace, which is an Aretha Franklin documentary. It's about her doing a performance of Amazing Grace in a church. And then third, we have Baristas, which I shit you not, it's about the World Cup for baristas.
I'm gonna vote for the Peter Jackson They Shall Not Grow Old. But, however, I definitely want to see that barista movie.
I'm 100% voting for the Baristas trailer. It is off the fucking chain, guys. It is so good.
If I had seen the trailer, maybe it would have got my vote.
The premise. Come the fuck on. That just sounds like fun. Next.
Dr. Robotnik's Latte Lackey would love it.
Yes. Drama. I don't like it. James likes it. Here we go. If Beale Street Could Talk. This is the final trailer that's like a minute long, James.
Okay.
Creed 2. We also have The Goldfinch. Do you know about The Goldfinch, James?
I do, yeah.
The Mule. That's the
Clint Eastwood
drug mule one.
Yep.
We got The Irishman. Now, in terms of what trailer, it is surprisingly not this bullet case falling for a minute trailer. This is the one with the wow noise throughout it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then we have The Sisters Brothers. A Star Is Born.
Was that this past year still?
Yeah, man. Technically.
Great.
For eligibility for the Clio Awards.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So long ago.
For sure. Now, do you like that trailer, though, right?
I did like that trailer.
Yeah, it's not the trailer you're thinking. They apparently nominated one that's like just centered on Dave Chappelle's monologue. But that aside, we still got more nominated.
Jeez, you couldn't give one more to comedy?
Right.
You have like $1 billion for drama?
We have some words to say to the Clios, and we'll say all of them if we are brought into the Clio board.
I wonder if they favor one genre over another.
Well, I think they'll really
I wonder if they take one more seriously. As cinema. Fuck off.
Okay, so we have First Man, we also have Roma, and finally, Vox Lux. So there's a lot here, and you have to just go from memory. God damn it! Which one are you gonna pick?
Could you run through them
No.
real quick?
No,
please?
absolutely
I don't
not.
even remember the
Hip
first.
shoot it.
The first.
What's your
four.
favorite drama one? Go.
But I don't even remember the first four. You
No,
said.
it's too late. You get one quick look at the ballot and you gotta stick it in so that way the Clios can put the smoke in the fireplace because it's like Vatican City, man.
Yeah,
That's how the Clios work.
You're right. The only thing coming to my brain right now is The First Man, but I didn't even like that trailer that much.
Okay.
Which First Man trailer was it?
Oh, it's the final trailer.
It did get better though.
It did get better.
The first trailer I was not that into.
Yeah, the framing device was Neil Armstrong singing a lullaby to his kid.
Okay. All right. Well,
You're
that's
going
my
with First
vote
Man?
because I don't remember all the other ones.
Okay, well I'm gonna left turn you here. Honestly, I'm gonna go with the Mule.
Good for you.
Well, it's because, dude, honestly, Clint Eastwood trailers are always great.
We mentioned that with Barry Jenkins.
Richard Jewell.
Barry
Jenkins is the director of If Beale Street Could Talk, which was the first trailer I mentioned in
I
this list.
am changing my vote to If Beale Street
You
Could
can't. It's too late. You already cast it for First Man.
What a horrible mistake. Okay,
No,
cool.
I'm going to go with The Mule because Clint Eastwood trailers tend to be fucking amazing. So I love the trailers for American Sniper, and I saw American Sniper and was like, this is so not what I was promised from the trailer.
Yeah.
And
he's like a reverse Pixar.
Yes. Clint Eastwood is the reverse Pixar. That is absolutely correct. All right, next, James, we have Family and Animation. So we have Pokemon Detective Pikachu. And in case you're wondering which trailer, it's the one that mostly focuses on Pikachu.
Okay, thank you.
The second one, yes.
Okay.
We have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh. Again, fucking forever ago, though.
Right.
What the hell?
We have The Lion King. This is the one, not the first one. This one focuses on Scar. And until I was doing research for this, I actually didn't know this trailer existed.
Yeah.
So,
wait, which Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trailer?
It starts with Jake Johnson's Peter Parker introducing us to the world, and then it gets into Miles Morales.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And then the last one is The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. And in case you're wondering what it is,
no,
I've seen it. You're fine.
You saw that movie?
No, I saw the trailer.
Oh, okay. Okay, my vote would definitely be for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Between all of these, yeah, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. It's not my favorite trailer of that.
No, but it's the best of the lot.
Okay, next, moving on to Independent. First, it's Piercing. Now, if you'll remember back during the Golden Trailer Awards, it was Christopher Abbott and Chloe Sevigny were in like a motel room.
Oh, this one was weird and interesting and so unique. I remember very much.
Yep,
yeah.
so that's nominated.
Okay.
There's also Slut in a Good Way, which is a French movie that's in black and white. What I'll say is really cool about this trailer and what makes it worth seeking out is how it does its subtitles. They take up like half the screen and it makes the trailer feel like a comic book. It keeps like a really fun, fast-paced, lively energy throughout it too. And I think doing something creative with the subtitles helps that, because if it was just the dry-ass Criterion Collection white with black outlines at the bottom of the screen, it would give you the wrong impression. This is clearly meant to be a comedic coming-of-age story.
Okay.
And I feel like the creative choices they make in this trailer help convey that.
Okay.
And then lastly is The Nightingale, which is the Babadook director's new one. It's about a lady in Australia who gets assaulted by some soldiers, and then she goes to get revenge. So, James, how many of these have you seen?
Well, I don't remember any of them other than Nightingale. I've completely forgotten all the other ones on the list, so my vote is for Nightingale.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I've seen any of the other than Piercing. I remember Piercing now. Piercing gets my vote.
Oh, Piercing does?
Yeah.
I am going to give the slight edge to Slut in a Good Way, though. Next, we have foreign. I'm seeing the light drain out of your eyes. So we have Border, which is about two people with deformities and they fall in love, but the female of the duo is harboring a secret. The other one, Parasite.
Just two?
Yep, just two.
Well, it's got to go to Parasite, the one that everyone won't shut up about.
Including me. Yeah, it's Parasite, slam dunk. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. All right.
Even though everyone says not to watch the trailer.
I
guess we're voting for the trailer, though.
No, but having seen the movie, looking at the trailer, honestly, dude, it does not give that much away. I think the hubbub around that was people who would go out of their way to see Parasite right away, hipsters, are the same people who hate movie trailers, and are the ones that are like, they ruin cinema. I think in retrospect, looking at it, it's like, oh, yeah, I mean, this shot does imply, like, is giving this thing away, in quotes. But it's so far out of context, I don't think it really ruins much.
Okay.
I was expecting it to give me half the fucking movie, and it did not.
Okay,
so.
Interesting.
So next, mixed genre. We have Ad Astra.
Okay.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Which Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
It is the second trailer, indeed, my man. Next, we have Ready or Not. We have Piercing again. And we have Knives Out, the very first Knives Out trailer.
Wow, that's a good category.
It's stacked, man.
Yeah, those. Yeah. I think I love all those trailers. It's tough. I think I might give the edge to Knives Out.
I am gonna go Knives Out as well.
Yeah,
I think if they went with the very first Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer, I probably would have went with that.
Yeah.
But nope, Knives Out it is.
Yep.
All right, cool. And our last category, horror and thriller.
Heyo.
Yes, indeed. All right. So first up, we have Escape Room. The face you fucking made. Just complete dismissal. Would the Clio category accept this? I hope they would, from the one that loves drama. Escape Room, Us, that's the first trailer.
Okay.
Then we have the international trailer for Us.
Okay.
We have Pet Sematary.
Now, which
yes, because the first
one,
the first trailer for Pet Sematary ruled.
It was awesome.
The second trailer gave way too fucking much away. And the third trailer, in fact, exists, and that's what's nominated. So what I will say is, it's not as good as the first, but it's for sure as fuck better than the second one. We also have It Chapter 2. This was the final one, so not the one where Jessica Chastain's being razzed by an old lady. Final trailer for Midsommar, and then we have Velvet Buzzsaw.
That's the Jake Gyllenhaal
Netflix movie,
Netflix
yeah.
art one.
Did you see that trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you don't have to see the movie then, because having seen the movie, that trailer gives fucking everything away.
Oh, bummer.
And The Lodge.
The Lodge I'm not familiar with.
Ooh, it's honestly worth looking up. I think it's pretty solid.
I think I'd have to go with Us.
Which Us, though?
Is the first one the I Got 5 on it one? I'd probably go with that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I'm going to go with that one as well.
Like,
Us.
Yeah. Hey, we haven't cheers this whole episode. We can cheers to
just,
that. Yeah.
So there you go, Clio Awards. You have our votes. You can just go ahead. This one's on us this year. You can just go ahead and log those in. But then next year, I mean, like, you've got our audition tapes. I'm moderately cute. James.
Adorable. I believe I said adorable.
Kevin. You wouldn't say cute.
No. Adorable.
Well, you have the conflict-ridden James also. And you got our stuff.
That's right.
If you would like to perhaps contact us to get us to be a part of your jury board.
How would they do that, Kevin?
Well, you can do that through email. If you just hit us up at trailerhitchmailbox@gmail.com, you can go ahead, just like tell us where we have to show up for first day at Clio House. Otherwise, you can reach out to us on Facebook. If you just search Trailer Hitch Podcast there, you'd be able to go ahead and give us an invite into these here Clio Awards. Now, if you're like, we don't want to talk to you too much because we're afraid of what James might say to us, I just like to say, I understand. I don't like drama either. Well, we can make it shorter by going on Twitter. You can just go ahead and hit us up at Trailer Hitch Pod on Twitter. Keep those missives to 280 characters. James can't hurt you there. Otherwise, damn it, shush. If you just want to send a picture to us to let us know what we need to do for these here Clio Awards, that's okay. You can find us at Trailer Hitch Podcast on Instagram. Before we go, you might be thinking, wow, these two dudes do all of us? That is not fucking true. We have so many people to thank at the end of these episodes, much like one would at a Clio Award. We would first like to thank Danny Schmitz from Lost in a Name for the amazing intro song that you hear at the top of every episode. We would like to thank Rachel Ashley, who does the amazing cover art that you see on our various social medias. You can find her work at Mighty Creation on Instagram.
Yep.
We would also like to thank Jenny Hawks, our Bad Movie and social media correspondent, for her sterling work week in and week out, as always. We would like to thank Casey Clowers for the amazing outro song that you will hear momentarily. But first, if you're like, wait a second, how can I listen to more of you guys? Good news, we're on Stitcher. You can go ahead, just find us there on Stitcher. Otherwise, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. If you want to rate us, subscribe to us, leave us reviews.
Is it officially Apple Podcasts now?
I don't know, probably. I haven't updated my computer.
Or iTunes. I don't know, whatever.
One of the two. You can find our stuff there. Otherwise, if you search Trailer Hitch Podcast on YouTube, you'll be able to find our work there and also leave comments. And you can do that. Whether you are approving us for the Clio Awards or whether or not you just wanted to talk more about Sonic, or what you would give your votes to for any of these awards, guys, feel free to hit us up, say what you would vote for. If you're like, James's eye roll was extremely dismissive, Escape Room, the trailer is amazing, right in. All right, James, do you have anything else to add?
No, I got an early flight tomorrow, Kevin, so I want to go to bed.
How early?
I need to leave my house by 5:45.
Okay, so that's in about 6 hours. So what do you say we watch Coming to America?
You bastard.
You can't mount holy sails without a sailor stitch, and you can't haul your stuff without a trailer hitch. Trailer hitch.
In which we review the trailer in retrospect, see how it got us. Where we watched the trailer God damn it. We are not ready for the Clio Awards.
You got that part already, though.